All right, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to set up your Google Ads. We're going to be using one of our students' accounts, Ryan. He's out in San Diego. He asked me to set up his Google Ads. So this is going to be the perfect opportunity to show you guys from scratch how to set them up if it's the first time you've ever done it. I know this shit is boring, but it's just that side of the business that needs to be done, right? Because Google Ads are huge. Right now, it brings me well over 50% of my business. So I want you guys to soak up all this information and go out and do it yourself. And if you want to set up your ads right now, just follow me step by step on how to do this. Those of you guys that have a website, I'm also going to be going over how you could rank your website completely organically. Some of them are paid methods, but it's cheap, in comparison to building a complete website or paying someone. It's pretty much everything across the board, right? So how to rank on the paid side, and then also SEO being the organic side. So stay tuned for this video because there's going to be so much value in here. I'm not gatekeeping anything. This is to help you guys as much as possible. So please take advantage of this. All right, so here we are in Ryan's ad account, and we're going to go into the top left where it says create here, and you're going to select campaign, right? And then the main objective for this ad is going to be for leads. So if you don't have a website, it's going to be leads either way. But what we're looking for here specifically is going to be website form submissions on Ryan's ad. If you go in and check out Ryan's website here, this is a website that we made for him, completely done for you. This is what all of our guys get. It looks something like this, but obviously it's tailored to his business, his brand, and his location, as well as all of his products as well. All right, and what we're looking for specifically with these ads is for people to come to his form submission page right here. So we want to drive the traffic from the Google Ads straight to this page here, so people could enter their name, phone number, email, the service they're interested, and then go in and submit the actual form so that Ryan could get this information on his side and then reach out to them directly. With that being said, we're going to be looking for leads here, and then always go for search, the campaign type, right? We don't want any of these because these are super broad, used in e-com businesses and whatnot. We want people that are in San Diego searching for detailing. If you don't have a website or form application on your website, you could select phone calls. The setup is basically going to be the same, but in this case, we're going to do lead form submissions. And we'll just name the campaign AutoFlex Lead Conversion X, and then go ahead and press continue. And it's going to ask us what we're focused on here, and we're just going to keep it conversions. You could set a target cost per acquisition, but you're not, if it's a brand new ad account, you don't really have any data to base it off of and see and what your average cost per lead form submission is. So right now we're just going to lead. And bidding is kind of the same thing. So since we don't have to base it off of and shoot for a certain number, we're just going to leave it on the recommended maximized conversion value. And location. So what I found works best with Google Ads is rather than targeting an entire city or a radius in a city, you want to pinpoint it where you're doing the most business. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If you have a system, if you have a CRM, or you keep track of where all your clients are, where you actually go out and do the jobs, the specific address, you want to see where it has the most consistency. So Ryan, for example, say most of his jobs are in the northern parts of San Diego. That's where he's going to want to run the ads, not San Diego as a whole, if that makes sense. So Ryan let me know that in San Diego, most of his jobs are in the northern part. So Rancho Santa Fe area, you zoom in on a map of San Diego, this is the area where he's doing most of his jobs. It's the area we're going to want to target. Rather than just dropping a pin in San Diego, it's going to drop somewhere in here and then do a radius depending on what you want to select. But we want to pinpoint it to where he's getting the most business right now. Rancho Santa Fe reaches about 12,000, which is going to be a whole lot less competitive than dropping it right in the middle of your city. And when it comes to your location, do an advanced search. Type in the area that you want to target. In Ryan's case, it's going to be Rancho Santa Fe because that's where he gets the most traffic for his business and where his most ideal clientele is going to be. And then you want to do radius rather than location. I always try to keep it in between 10 to 20 miles. In Ryan's case, since this is a smaller area, we're going to do 10 miles. And then we're going to drop the pin in the middle of the area he wants to target. As you can see, it's going to target that area as well as a 10-mile radius around it. Click save, and then we'll move on. And then you want to click down on this drop box. So there's going to be two options. One is presence or interest in the city. So this could pretty much be people anywhere in the world that have shown an interest in this area, which obviously we don't want, right? So we want people that are regularly in this area or include the location. So make sure you click that. And then for languages, if you are a Spanish speaker or bilingual business owner, you could do other languages, but in this case, we'll just keep it English. And then for audience segments, I would stick away from this because Google doesn't have one specifically for detail. So we're going to leave that out. And then in more settings, and then for ad rotation, you want to keep it on optimized preferred ads. So Google's going to look at what's performing the best and allocate the funds towards that automatically. So just keep it as that for now. And then start dates, you could just don't worry about that. And then you could do an ad schedule if you work specific days out of the week. In Ryan's case, he's open 7 days a week, pretty much all day. So we're just going to leave it. And then for campaign URL options, this is going to be for conversion tracking. So Google will actually track how the ads are performing based on actual data from your website. We're just going to leave this off for now. It's something we could do in the future. Again, once we get some better data after the ads are on for a while, but we're just going to leave that. It's not absolutely necessary. Page feeds, you just leave that as well. So the only things you want to do in here is observation recommended, optimize, prefer the best performing ads, English, and then set your location. All right, and now there's a new feature with Google. It's like which integrates AI for Mac search campaigns. I haven't seen great results with this so far. So when you toggle that, just make sure it's off, and then you can press next. Okay, and now this is also a new feature from Google. Essentially what it allows you to do is put in one of your competitors' URLs, and then it will take the keywords from that website and match it to your ad. But most people have no idea what they're doing when it comes to SEO and keywords. So I'd rather just do that myself, knowing what actually works. So you can skip that as well. Perfect. Now when it comes to keywords, the way you're going to find the best keywords is actually using a tool that's already in Google Ads. So pull up Google Ads again, sign into your account, and you want to use this tools toggle right here. Go to planning and then select keyword planner, right? And this is the one you want to use right here, discover new keywords. And then you want to enter a service name that describes our business the best. So for all of you, it's probably just going to be mobile detailing, unless you're in a shop. And you also want to select the location, which is huge. In this case, we're targeting Rancho Santa Fe. Make sure you deselect United States, so it's only your area. You can enter another website to base it off of, but just leave that blank. It's going to pull up all the keywords that are heavily used in the area that you entered. And what you want to do is download this right here into a CSV file, and then go ahead and pull up a Google Sheet, and then go over here to File, go to Import, Upload, and then just drop that CSV we just made. Import data, and then it's going to import all that information we just got off of the Google Keyword Tool right into this Google Sheet. Spread it out so you can actually see what services you're actually working with. And then you want to select all of them by clicking in this top left box right here. Go to Data, and then create a filter. Okay, so now this allows you to filter all the information that we just entered. Now you want to come to the average monthly searches, and then filter that from Z to A. And what you're going to see here are the top keywords that are searched for. So these are pretty much all going to be the same. The only difference in these is the competitive index. So this is going to say how many other people are running ads using these keywords essentially. So how competitive they are. And you can also rank this one. So at the top is going to be the most competitive keywords, and then as you get to the bottom, it's going to be the least competitive. You can see here, right? It's going to be the obvious ones. Mobile car detailing service near me is going to be the most. Mobile car cleaning near me, mobile detailing power washer. These are going to be the top, right? These ones you kind of want to stay away from because these people are spending a ton of money to rank at the top of the search. But we could use some of these down here to our advantage that aren't as competitive, but these are still terms that people are going to be super likely to be looking up, right? So we have auto detailing near me, auto detailers near me, mobile vehicle detailing near me. But as you can see, they're a lot less competitive than the ones up here. So these are the ones that we're going to be looking for, okay? And another thing you want to stay away from is make sure that the keyword you're going to use doesn't have car wash, because then you're not going to be targeting your ideal clientele. You want to make sure that they're specifically looking for detailing. So we'll use mobile car detailing near me, mobile auto detailing near me, mobile vehicle detailing near me, auto detailers near me, and auto detailing near me. You want to stick to about 4 to 5 keywords to start off with, and then eventually as the ads run for longer, we can add more targeted specific keywords. But for now, we'll just stick for a few. All right, now once we have all these keywords that we selected from the sheet and the data, you just want to go in and copy the ones you're going to use, and then head over to this website called Google Keyword Wrapper. Enter your keywords into the top and then wrap keywords. Okay, and this is what we're going to want to be looking for. Phrase and exact match. So you want to copy that, come back to the ad account, and then drop those in the keyword right there. And then for the final URL, rather than using the exact link that goes to Ryan's form submission, so it'd be this one right here, we want to use the link that goes to his main page. All right, and then the display path, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be anything specific. So what you could do is use it to add keywords. So in this case, we'll add the business name, Autoflex, and then we could add San Diego as a broader term. And then for the headline, this is a text that's going to display in the Google search list when people are searching. So it's going to give you some suggestions here. I say stick to the keyword and then your location of where you're trying to run it. In Ryan's case, since the smaller market he's targeting is within the San Diego metro area, you can do one targeting the larger area and then do another headline that targets the smaller area you're trying to focus on. Rancho Santa Fe. for the second one, mobile detail Rancho Santa Fe. And then you want to add as many headlines as you can. So again, just making it to do with one, the keyword, and then two, your location. Now that you've added 5 to 7 headlines, you're going to come into the description. So this is going to be the text that shows right under the headline. And then when it comes to the description, you could just keep it simple and do something like save time with our mobile car detailing service. No need to visit a shop. You can do a book now, the name of your business, and a book detail. It gives you the option to put 4, so make sure you put all 4 descriptions. And then another one you could do is you could do get mobile car detailing in do your specific area, and then add a couple of features of your business. Convenient mobile detailing services by professionals. And then you can list some of your services. Mobile detailing, paint correction, and then you could list mobile detailing and more. And then for the fourth one, just do the name of your business, Autoflex Detail, mobile detailing service by certified professionals. Alrighty, perfect. So once you got all those descriptions filled out, go in and add some images to your campaign. If you have a website, the best thing to do is to pick photos that are already in use on your website. So we'll come into Ryan's website and pick some of the features that So the best thing to do when it comes to finding images for your ads is use images that are already being used in your website or your Google business profile. All right, now the reason you want to use images from your website or from your GMB is because Google tracks absolutely everything, and each image comes with a unique link. More times Google sees that link appear across the board, the more it's going to push you and recognize you as a more established and credible business. I know it's a little confusing, but there's so much to Google and it's a bunch of bullshit. So what you want to do is use images from your website or GMB. So in this case, we're going to pick Ryan's highest quality photos that he has here on his GMB. So the nicest vehicles, the nicest pictures, and then we'll go ahead and use those in the ad itself. So none of these shitty Teslas. What is this? And then just save the images and then drop them into the Google Ads. All right, so we went in and added a few images from Ryan's website and GMB, and now we're gonna do a few site links. So if you see an ad on Google, these little buttons pop up under the ad. That's exactly what a site link is, okay? So what you wanna add here is gonna be book now. All right, and then for the 2 descriptions under book now, you're gonna wanna put book a mobile detail today, book your detail in San Diego. And then for the next site link, you want to do a call now button. So call to schedule your detail today and call now for a free quote. And then the final URL is just going to go to his homepage right here because he has the call now button. And you're going to want to do 2 more site links, one for about us, description line 1. It could be something like check out why, where we go to. And then description line 2 could be learn more about our services. This is going to go to the About Us page on Autoflex's website. And then for the 4th one, add one for our packages. And then you can write something like every package to meet your car's needs. Best value detailing packages in SD. And then the final URL, of course, could go to his detailing page right here. All right, and then click create down here on the bottom left. And then you could add calls as well. This is essentially just gonna add on to your ad description. So it's good just to add in a few more keywords. So I do mobile detailing services, do one with the location, we come to you, mobile detailing service. Apply, bottom left, and then more asset types. These are just promos, calls. You can add a phone number. I would always put a phone number so people could just reach out to you directly if they don't want to go through the form submission or click on any of the other buttons. So go ahead and save that and then move to next. And then here's where you're going to pick your budget. So once you actually run ads for a while, you can figure out exactly how much money you spend to get a certain amount of lead, and then you can base it off how many leads you want to see coming in per day. But if it's a brand new ad account, you can just do what you're comfortable spending. In a competitive market, I would never recommend spending anything less than $20. In Ryan's case, he has to keep it around $30 a day. So that's exactly what we're going to set it at. So it's saying with this amount of ad spend, based on the data that Google has gathered from running ads in this area, we're going to see about 67 leads per week. Go ahead and press next. Alrighty, so that's going to be everything for the actual ad, campaign setups, settings, all that. Another thing you want to do once you finish up with the billing information, you set your budget. And then what you want to do is go to the search bar up here and search negative keywords. Come up here, plus button, name it negative keywords. So these are going to be all the words that you don't want your ads popping up on when people search them. So for example, a good one for our industry is going to be car wash. Another one is going to be auto repair, add in mechanics. The last one you want to add is cheap mobile detailing near me. All right, once you got all those in there, just go ahead and click save. And then that guarantees that your ad won't show up if any people search for those specific terms. Okay, cool. So that is the Google Ads part taken care of. I bet that was boring as hell. So now we're going to move into something even way more fun, SEO. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when it comes to increasing your SEO is register your business on these 50 citation sites. So the way you're going to find this is just by Googling top 50 local citation sites, Neil Patel. The free link, you come here and then it's going to open up to this resource. Scroll down to the third page and then you're going to get all these citation sites right here. And it's going to be ranked by domain authority. And domain authority is essentially the popularity score of a website. So of course, the higher these are ranked, the more of an impact it's going to have on your business. Essentially, all you're doing is registering your business and your website on every single one of these citation sites. So let me show you an example real quick. I'm sure you guys recognize quite a few of these, but let's just go into Yelp real quick. So all you want to do is go to Yelp for Business, add a business, add the name of your business. You could do Dumpers LLC. Okay, put in your business address, dumpers22@gmail.com. Here's the most important part. So you're going to want to add your website right here. And now what's going to happen is Google's going to recognize that your business is established here on Yelp, therefore boosting the domain rating of your website and ranking you higher in the search list. And of course, the more you do, the better. So that's step one. Go to Neil Patel, 50 citation sites, and just work through all these one by one, adding your business to each and every one of these. Okay, now the second thing you want to do to boost your domain rating and your SEO rankings is by going to local news outlets or online magazines in your local market and have them make a featured post about your business. Some charge, some will do it for free. This is a couple of our students right here out in Portland, Oregon, and basically they reached out to this company here and they made a featured post about them, right? So they talked about their business, what their mission is, detailing itself, you know, why they started the business. At the bottom, which is the most important part of doing this, is it has a link to their website. So Google recognizes this and it's going to count as a backlink, as they call it. And it's essentially just creating like a massive web of links to your website from other websites. I know it's a bit confusing, shit doesn't make sense, but that's the best way I could explain it. So how do you actually do this for your business and in your market? So first we got to find places like Canvas Rebel here in Portland, but you got to do that in your market. So I'm going to give you an example using Ryan's business and his market, which is San Diego. So say I'm looking for online magazines/news outlets to post about my detailing business located in San Diego. Give me a list of outlets I can reach out to have a featured story about my business and to include a linking. Right, I'll leave that for a sec if you guys want to screenshot that. The only thing you change out is just the name of your city. Perfect. So now we got all of these journals or online magazines or news outlets that we can reach out to. So you just want to copy and paste. Go to these websites, San Diego Business Journal, and then you're going to typically find it at the bottom of the page or in this tab right here. So you go to advertise with us. Yeah, it looks like right here you're going to have to email someone. So you could just send them a simple email, say, hey, I run a local mobile detailing business here in town. I'd love to be sponsored on your website. What do you charge, or how can we go about moving forward? Just keep it super short and simple. Let's check out another one, see if they have an easier way of doing it rather than fucking email. All right, so San Diego Magazine. Okay, contact us. Typically, this is exactly what you're going to have to end up doing. It is tedious, but trust me, doing this is so worth it. Getting those featured stories with the backlinks helps your ranking like crazy. So in this case, we would hit up Troy to get featured on the San Diego Mag. All right, and then for the last SEO method to help with your ranking, this one is a little schemy, but it works really well. So we're going to use San Diego again as a reference. And what you want to do is find the top competitors in your market. So I'm just going to look up San Diego Mobile Detailing. Fella, you don't want to do sponsored, you want to find the people who are ranking organically. So that's kind of an outlier. These two, Mobile Detailing San Diego, they have really good names. So I'm not going to really include those. I'm just going to include that right here, Fresh Layer. He's ranking without San Diego being in his name, so obviously he's doing something right. So we're going to go to his website, copy his link, and then we're going to go to this, look up right here, Ahrefs, Ahrefs. It's going to be the top link right here with the blue logo. Go into resources, SEO tools. We're going to find the backlink checker, and then we'll paste the link we got from our competitor and click start. Holy, all right, this guy that's exactly why he's ranking. 1.1k backlinks. It's just dummy. I've never seen that many. 293. So this guy has insanely good SEO right here. But what you want to do is you want to go off of your competitor's backlinks. So they pull up all here. So like we mentioned earlier, a backlink is a website that features your website's link on it. So you can see that his website appears somewhere in these links here. Okay, and the ones we want to look for are the ones with the highest domain rating. So 81, 76, 66, 93. Then you want to find where that backlink is coming from. Okay, so in this case, 93 is coming from the Better Business Bureau. So you can see that in the Neil Patel 50 citation sites, that's one that is covered. So that's a great sign. So that's definitely one that you want to do for the citation sites. Okay, let's go back and see where else he's ranking. So let's click this one. This one is in Spanish, so let's translate it. Okay, so essentially what he did is had an article made that could be featured in the story here that links back to his website. So the way that you could imitate this or replicate this is by going into these websites that are all about newsletters on a specific topic. And they typically have a way to be featured on this website in some way or form. And the way you want to do that is by contacting them. So you can put your name, your email, the subject, say that you want to be featured in a post or a newsletter, and then write out a message using ChatGPT. And then I've got hundreds of these emails because I've reached out to tons of these websites. And essentially they'll say, yep, it costs $100 to be featured on the website, which sounds like a lot, but it's super worth it because these websites hold a super high domain rating. And if your website gets featured on them, it's going to boost your SEO like crazy. All right, so I hope that wasn't too much for you guys to comprehend in this video. I know it's going to be pretty long, but there's so much information that has to be mentioned or else it won't be detailed enough for you to actually take it and go do something with it. So if you want more in-depth and, more one-on-one help, I answer all of my Instagram DMs. Just DM me the word start on DK Mobile Wash, and I'll personally reach out to you with any questions you have or any concerns or any of this stuff that we covered, Google Ads, SEO. I'd be more than happy to help all you guys out. But yeah, this shit's boring. That's just the reality of business. I hope I didn't lose you guys in all the ranting, and I hope this gave you a better idea of, what it's going to look like and what it's actually going to take to succeed on a platform like Google, just because there's so much to it. So yeah, guys, we'll see you in the next one.